Ahoy, me hearties, and welcome aboard the Nightingale. My name is Alistair, and I will be your captain as we begin a journey through Supermarket Simulator. Uh, I know this seems like maybe a little bit of a strange choice of game. Um, I tried it out when it first came out, just to kind of see what all the fuss was about, and then before I knew it, about 8 hours had passed, and I just kind of fell in love with the game. It became my comfort game, really. Uh, Recently they released the full release of the game, and I haven't played it in a while, so I'm curious to see what all has changed. Uh, and so I'm excited to jump back into it. It became my comfort game, which again I know sounds a little bit weird, but eh, whatever. Uh, oh, a lot of updates to the city map. It's an actual map now. All right. Well, let's see how everything looks. All right. So, it's gonna. Wow, those are more expensive than I remember. Okay, so let's not do that. Try and actually have some more product on our shelves beginning. There we go. Can do that. Or I can't because that's literally 4 cents too much. All right. I will get rid of the oil and we'll order that. Let's say vehicles for vehicles now. Huh. Interesting. Take me a little bit to get back into the swing of things with this game. All right. Powdered sugar. Oh, they updated the shelves. That's kind of nice. And it looks like they still kept everything to where your day doesn't start until you actually open the store, which is really nice because it gives you the time to kind of get everything set up that you need to for the day. All right. Yeah, we'll put flour down here on the bottom. All right, I am the greatest convenience store ever. I sell pasta, powdered sugar, and flour. Awesome. All right, let's see. Normal market price of $3.12, so $3. Discount prices. Oh, nice. So you can put stuff on sale. That's pretty cool. 50 for that. And 350 for that. Oops. All right, cool. Well, let's get started. And there we go. Now I just sit here and wait and see if anybody's gonna show up. Here's hoping they do, because I only have about, a little under $20 to my name. And there is my very first customer, looking incredibly dapper. Wonder if they changed any of the character models in this game. That was something I noticed when I was first playing, that it's like everybody, for the most part, was pretty much dressed to the nines. And it was interesting. It's like she's dressed kind of casual, but she's still wearing high heels. And I don't know, it was just an interesting mix of people coming in. I think I need to move my register back a little bit before I open the store tomorrow. Welcome, welcome. Browse my fine selection of products. Ah, yes, sugar pasta, one of the best meals to make. Fence. Why is... Oh. Did you know if you read the instructions on the screen, it tells you how to play? Huh, what a concept. Welcome, that is a very bright tie, but I appreciate the colors. Ooh, a double sugar pasta. A bit of a sweet tooth today. And there we go, have a good day, and there we go, I've already made a profit. 96 cents. Hi. I think you forgot some of your textures there, ma'am. I mean, hey, maybe you just have the world's weirdest tan, and that is fine. Have a great day. Wait. Oh. Guess they won't let me rob my customers. You see, everybody's showing up in suits. Man, I'm gonna run out of flour. Thank you. Alright, let's see. Let's just kind of stock back up so I don't run out of product during the day. I generally don't like to add new products to the shelves, because then a lot of times people can just show up and buy it before you've set a price, and then you sell it at market value. Or not at market value, at cost. So you're literally just giving it away, basically. There we go. And, you know, if you've ever watched this game before, you know, of other people playing, then, yeah, some people will be like, oh, well, the market price is $7.62, so I'm gonna set mine at $7.61. I generally prefer to keep it within, either a whole dollars or 50 cent, because I don't want to deal with coins. Saint, welcome in. Appreciate you stopping by, but this is America. I don't know exactly which of my comments that was in reference to, but you're probably right. Until I find out otherwise, I am going to assume that it was in reference to the person with no textures. Because everybody knows that people walk around with only half their textures in America. Lady K, welcome in. Appreciate you stopping by. How's everybody doing? Oh, can't rob my customers. Yeah. Yeah, no, I can, yeah. I mean, I think eventually I'm gonna be able to beat them with a baseball bat. Because I know they've added shoplifting to this game. So that'll be interesting. That was in the last time I played, but I never came across any shoplifters. And it's already getting pretty dark, and it's only 7 o'clock. Huh. Oh yeah, there go all the streetlights. Oh yeah, no, 100%. It is... It's all in the title, Supermarket Simulator. That's all you got. It's, just start out with this basic shop, and, move on up, hire employees. It's, interesting. I don't know why it became so addicting, but it did. And obviously I'm the greatest supermarket in the world. I mean, what else could you possibly need besides powdered sugar, pasta, and flour? Okay, here's a guy that's kind of casually dressed. So that's a little bit of an updated model. I don't believe that this guy was in there when I played last. Oh yeah, absolutely. Pasta is definitely amazing. You know, that's why I don't need to stock anything else. That and they just absolutely charge through the nose if you want to try and sell cereal. All right, 9 o'clock. It is closing time. But hey, I made... Oh, nope. Get out. Made all my money back and about doubled it. So hey, I'm good with that. Started with 50 bucks and made a profit of 102 bucks today. Excellent. Oh boy, my daily bills. All the wonderful realism. Before I forget. Nope, not that. There we go. Be the strongest person ever and just, you know, lift this entire counter. There we go. That'll give me a bit more... That's better. I see that they still did not add in any type of, snap to grid. I thought it said I would have bills today. Maybe I start accruing bills today. Oh well. Alright, so let's see. Hey, you can afford to buy one of each. F bills, yeah. Well, you know, as we've established, this is America. So, how dare somebody be, you know, try and be independent. Ah, just shy of full shelves. Oh, well. At least you have absolute instant delivery. That's very nice. Boom. Top shelf oil. That's how you know it's fancy. I'm sorry, is this called Master Flour? Huh. That's, they should change that name. Let's put bread on this shelf. And because it's so fucking expensive, top shelf cereal. Right, now let's set those prices before I forget. 50. That is always the worst thing to realize when you stock a brand new product and then, oh, I forgot to set the prices. Because if you don't, see, it's selling it for $1.50 off the bat, and that's exactly what I paid per unit. Let's see. Everything? That would appear to be everything. All right. Day 2 of the rest of my life. Those birds are loud as hell. That's something that they would need to put in here as like a rare random event. Once you start selling bags of chips. If any of you have seen that video of a seagull that just walks into a store and like grabs a bag of chips and then runs out the door again, I would have no issue being robbed by a seagull. I think that would be hilarious and a great little Easter egg they could throw in. Welcome. Oh, wins. All right. You dress identically just to mess with people, or all right, bye. Oil bread. Wonderful combination. Have a good one. Again, it's 10 in the morning. Why the high heels? They're gonna have some cereal. Oh, exact change. I'm not going to mock the food choices that you made. I enjoy exact change. Thank you. So yeah, fairly humble beginnings, but eventually be able to buy more space and storage and just have shelves and aisles and all kinds of things to keep track of. Hire people to run the cash register, buy self-checkouts because I hate my customers. There we go. There's some casual wear. All right. Saint, did you just walk into my store? You can't hide. I know it was you. All right, let's see. Not really running super low on anything yet. Welcome. I remember you. You are permanent existential crisis man. Hope it gets better. I know it won't. Oh, okay, and now we have the, we've unlocked the ability for our store to get dirty. Isn't that always a great thing? And look how dirty they made my store instantly. That's so nice of them. For the most part, I generally don't clean during the day. Usually that is my end of day things. You know, very Sims-like with the green stink cloud coming off the trash. But since they purposely dirtied the entire floor to teach you how to clean, I guess I should clean while I wait to see if anybody else is going to show up. I still don't know what that's supposed to be, and I really don't think I want to. Getting royalties? No, I think that, you know, you should have bought more to help support my store. So, you know, you throw the trash at the customer. Maybe? I don't actually know. I don't think I've tried that. Next time somebody drops some and I get it, I will see if I can. Welcome back, Existential Crisis Man. I hope the pasta will fill that hole in your life. Dorothy? That was a strange walk animation that does not feel natural. Alright, I should be good on product for the rest of the day. Customers will get angry if you don't have, what they want. And then my store reputation goes down. She was actually 6 ferrets in a human costume. Hey, I mean, good for those ferrets. I mean, if that's what it takes. I don't remember what she bought. I should have paid attention, but I was just too confused by the... Oh, look, we're back. I think it's that she has, like... Oh, I hate you. I hate you so much that I'm going to hold up this line to tell you how much I hate you. You bought $8 worth of products, and you gave me a frickin' $100 bill. I know I have literally unlimited money to give back in change here, but just working in retail, that pisses me off. Go away. Hello. Oh, Christmas sweater guy. All right. Hey, you do you. In whatever, weird state we apparently live in, where some people will walk in here wearing shorts and others in winter coats. I have no idea where it is that I'm supposed to actually live here. But, anyway, I got distracted because she gave me $100 bill and I hate her now. But, the character model is very reminiscent of, like, Bayonetta. They gave her way too much leg, and I think that's probably why she's walking. Oh, you made it just in time, missing texture lady. Nothing like people walking in at the last minute. And you bought the rest of my cereal. If you complain, you're gonna complain that you can't find more Choco Pick cereal. You bought everything that I had. Yeah. I hate you. Go away. Thank you. Alright, good second day. I mean, yeah, that's true. I know people like long legs. It's just, there's a difference between... Oh, the price of flour went down. That sucks. There's a difference between enjoying long legs and then, having twice your body length be leg. But, hey, to each their own. Alright, yes. No, I don't... I have never taken a loan in this game, and I refuse to do it now. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, let's see. Each. Second cereal. Oil. And I sneak in a pasta, and then with the delivery charge, yes, I have 25 cents remaining. I've made it. Human daddy long legs, yeah, pretty much. And I have a little bit of excess, there we go. Excess oil now, so wonderful. Don't have access to the storage room yet, so, it's just going to be sitting there. Extra pasta. One. Suppose I should close the box. That might be a bit better. But you can kick the boxes around when they're on the ground now. That is, Oh, wrong button. Realistic, I suppose. But, also I hate that. I'm sure eventually the muscle memory will come back and I'll be doing this like clockwork. Just something so satisfying about the animation of everything going on the shelf. I first saw this game, I was watching Markiplier's playthrough, and, I mean, Markiplier can make basically anything hilarious and enjoyable to watch. So I didn't really think that, think much of it, but I just figured it's like, well, hey, I'm still below market price. I don't need to adjust my prices on that. But so that was what inspired me to try it. I'm like, this can't be fun. And then, lo and behold, it was absolutely super fun. Yeah, they got good. They had good shelf design. Or shelf design. Well, I like the shelf design too. Sound design in this game. You sure you don't want some oil for that pasta? No? Okay. Oh god, Fallout Shelter. There's a callback. Haven't played that game in years. They still updating that at all? I mean, I know it's still running, but, hey, exact change. Thank you, Bowtie Man. Ah. Honestly, I didn't even know it was on the Switch. Which, I mean, speaking of the Switch, I guess I'll take this opportunity to say, hey, Nintendo, go fuck yourselves. I hate you. Never pass up an opportunity to hate on Nintendo, the worst company in video gaming, for how they treat their player base and just what they've done to the video game market in general. Like Bowtie Man takes real confidence. Yeah. Exact change. Thank you very much. Oh, hello. Aren't you Katy Perry? Or are you one of the other, like, 50 different people in Hollywood that are all famous and look exactly like each other? It is crazy how many people, though for some reason the only two names I can think of off the top of my head are Katy Perry and, God, I'm gonna butcher this name, Zoe Deschanel, I think is her name. There's just so many people that look so almost identical. Remember seeing a good meme that showed a bunch of them, and then, you know, it just showed Yoda from the end of Attack of the Clones, you know, begun the Clone Wars have. Yes, I did hear about the new Resident Evil game. I saw that when it got announced at, I think it was Summer Games Fest that announced that. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna play it because I've enjoyed, you know, a lot of the Resident Evil games. I'm cautious. Because at first, you know, it's like, I'm very excited. It's like, okay, they're bringing in a new character, that is apparently tied to, one of the other not as well performing titles, Outbreak, I think it was. I think she's the daughter of one of the characters from there. And obviously it's going to be really cool to actually see Raccoon City again, after the fact. But, you know, they've talked about how there's going to be, and this is secondhand knowledge that I've gotten from other people talking about it, so I could be wrong. But they've talked about how there's going to be two main characters. You've got the kind of FBI analyst, whose name I cannot remember, that was featured prominently in the trailer. And then there's going to be another player character who's going to be more of the gun-wielding person. And most people are pretty convinced that it's going to be Leon. And while I know people absolutely love Leon, and don't get me wrong, I like Leon too. You know, I had a blast with the Resident Evil 4 remake. But, there's just there are so many characters in Resident Evil that wow, this is a tall person. Anyway, so many characters in Resident Evil that haven't really had a chance to shine. You know, it's like we've seen them once, maybe twice, and oh god, I hate you. I hate you so much. Um, you know, it's like I'd like to see some of them get a chance instead of, oh, here's our new game, and guess what? Here's Chris Redfield again, or, you know, here's Jill Valentine, or here's Leon. And, you know, it's like, when's Sheva gonna get another chance? You know? There's a lot of other characters that they could pull from if they want to bring somebody else back. And my other issue with it is that Leon showing up in a game always means that Ada is going to show up. And I absolutely fucking hate Ada Wong. I think she is my least favorite video game character to ever exist. You know, of games that I've played. But I've also played Borderlands 3, meaning that I would take Tyrene Calypso over Ada Wong. And I think that that really says something. Sorry, I ranted there, so I'm a bit behind on chat. I never really played Resident Evil Revelations, so I guess I can't say if the mechanics are going to be similar or not. I know that that did switch between two-player characters, so probably. Miss Redfield, the boulder punching bag, has had too much screen time. Yeah, absolutely. Did she show up in 6? Everybody showed up in 6. But yeah, I think Ada was I think she was the only like single player only campaign in that game. And I mean 6 was just Resident Evil 6 was something, you know, they cast the widest net they possibly could to try and make people happy. If you complain that I don't have pasta because you bought the rest of the pasta, I'm going to buy a baseball bat. Oh, you couldn't find pasta because you bought all the pasta. It was in your cart. Anyway, okay, well, I guess that, that does confirm it. I can't throw this garbage bag at all. So once it's in my hand, it's there until I throw it out. So no, I can't throw it at the customers, unfortunately. But yeah, Resident Evil 6 tried to make everybody happy, and in the process, kind of made nobody happy. They did too much, and instead of having one good, compelling story, they had a slightly interconnected group of like 4 stories that ended up just being pretty mediocre. Also, they really should have had somebody consult with them on their choice of logos. Because the logo for Resident Evil 6, if you look at it, is 100% a woman giving a giraffe a blowjob. And, I have nothing against giraffes, but it shouldn't have been the logo. I mean, if you've never noticed this, go take a look. Just look it up right now. Look up the Resident Evil 6 logo. And just the way that they have that 6 stylized, that is 100% what it is. Matt Mercer was Leon in 6. Okay, well, that's another reason for me to not like 6. Resident Evil Revelations 2 play as two characters, but each character had something different they could do. Natalia was a little girl that could actually see the enemies through walls, but she couldn't fight. Oh, all right. Oh yeah, yeah. It was almost QuickTime Simulator, the game. Um, it's Resident Evil 5. I think was the first one to really go super heavy in the uh, press X not to die category of gaming, but it was nowhere near as absurd as it was in 6. Yeah, 5 was my first one too, and to this day it remains my favorite. And what? No, that's not where I want that. Go away. Uh, I am so hype for the prospect of a Resident Evil 5 remake, which they definitely teased at the end of the RE4 make. So here's hoping that after Requiem comes out, that's going to be the next one. Because in addition to just really wanting to relive that game again, I mean, I'm gonna play the original again anyway. That's on my list of games that I'll probably stream at some point. Uh, it was just it was fun, I think that it didn't get as much recognition as it deserved because it followed up Resident Evil 4, which to most people is the best Resident Evil game that came out. And fair enough, to each their own. I never played the original RE4, so I was able to go into get off of that shelf. What are you doing? Why are you shiny? Who breathed into my bread? That'll be fine. Uh, RE5 it still had a lot of the kind of silly, ridiculous campiness that, Resident Evil has kind of come to be known for because, Capcom isn't that great at writing good dialogue, but that's part of the charm and the appeal. Uh, I like that it was built as mostly a multiplayer co-op game. I've spent a long time playing that game, and so yeah, I'm confident that we will eventually get a Resident Evil 5 remake. For that matter, there's probably going to be an RE6 remake eventually too. Because it seems like that's kind of the pattern that they've been going in. They release a new one in the main title, and then in between they will then release a remake of one of the older ones. Um, let's see, checking the prices real quick. Ooh, hey, I can charge more money for that. Excellent. Yeah, if the ending cutscene in the RE4 remake teased a return to Resident Evil 5. There were actually even to my knowledge, some actual screen grabs from RE5 on some of the monitors that Wesker is looking at. I think one of them was Excelligione. So I'm confident that it is on their radar, and probably next up once they have released Requiem. 2 Remake has to be my favorite. 4 was my first RE experience, but RE2 Remake has to be my favorite of them all. The ambience is just perfect. 2 was good. Excuse me. Sorry, I choked on nothing, because I'm good at being alive. But yeah, 2 was good. I never played the original, but the remake was fun. Not playing the originals kind of helped me because I was able to play the Resident Evil 3 remake and think, wow, this was a really fun experience, as opposed to the people that are like, they destroyed my game. I know some people have some very strong feelings about the RE3 remake. Do you feel about Wesker coming back? Oh, I'm super excited to see Wesker come back. He's one of my favorite villains. And again, even though he was just so ridiculous in Resident Evil 5, I've always liked Wesker. I thought he was cool and a fun villain, and I hope that we will that if they do bring it back, that they don't take out any of the really, kind of awful yet iconic dialogue. I mean, his angry girlfriend voice when he screamed at Chris at the end there, that just, fuck you. I hate you. I hate you so much. If this game would let me refuse service to you, I would kick you out of this store. You should be kicked out of existence. Anyway, yeah, the things you wish that you could have done when you actually worked retail. Yeah, RE5 was just great, and I want to see more of it. Wesker has a sister. She's also evil. Interesting. I did not know that. Now, given what we know about Wesker's origins, that he was kind of a science experiment, I'm assuming that she is the same way, because, I don't know how he could have, like, a blood relative, other than apparently his son, because that was the other thing that RE6 decided to do, was canonically imply that, Wesker fucks. But, so, enjoy that. It's the main villain in Revelations 2. I really gotta go and play those games sometime. I heard they were good. I think I might have played a little bit of the first one. 'Cause that was the one with Jill and I want to say Pierce was his name? Pierce? Something like that? I think he was French. Well, I do super appreciate it. I don't have consoles anymore. Well, I've got a PS5, but my my Xbox kind of exploded. Uh, Not like literally, but it just stopped working. And by that point, I had a gaming PC, so I figured I don't need to replace it. Any game that I could get on the Xbox, I can get on my computer. Also on Game Pass. All right, I'll have to check it out at some point. I do plan on renewing my my Game Pass subscription. And you defended bow ties. No. No. You look like a dork. And you should be ashamed. Hi! Alright, you're okay. So I guess also to talk about this game, and what's going on a little bit more instead of, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm loving this conversation about Resident Evil. Wow, did you really just hit me with the salt? Uh-huh. Yeah, you've worked in retail too. You know that pain of somebody buying a small amount and paying with 100 just as well as I do. So don't give me that salt. I can't even sell salt yet. Which is, you know, a good segue into what I was about to start talking about. Uh, you know, because it's got the, like, basic tutorials up in the corner. And, you know, wants me to buy a product license right now. And that, I think it's like 250 bucks, and I can get the product license to sell new things besides the 6 starter items. The issue with that is that it's a trap to buy it right away. Because if you buy it right away, then people will automatically know, hey, this store is allowed to sell that. And so they'll come in looking for it. And then if you don't have it on your shelves, they will get mad at you. And so yeah, you've gotta save up the money to get the product license, save up the money to have shelves, and save up the money to then afford to stock those shelves with the new product. Try working in a sub shop and having high people come in and order a rainbow of onions. Yeah, no, thank you. I think I will keep my customer service to, oh, you got in just in time. Nope, you didn't. Go away. I think I will keep my customer service to my simulators from now on. I think I have had enough of that. That was, not good. All right. How did somebody get dirt underneath my product? Fully stocked on oil, powdered sugar. Stocked on that. Very nice. I even have another full box. Excellent. Alright, so I've got some actual back stock at this point, which is nice. Also, who ate a bag of flour and then threw it behind my register? I just... What's my product doing on their dirt? Yeah, you're right, my bad. You've been watching me this whole time. I have not eaten a single bag of flour that you can prove. Sorry, why are you sorry? What happened? Did I miss something? You don't see you, so you probably did. Wow. All right, I see how it is. I see how it is. I don't exist. See? There's no shadow. It was you. You were the last customer in. So, you know. What the hell, Saint? See how it is. Sorry I didn't have any salt to go with it. Alright, so at the moment I am good on Choco Pick, I am good on Susu, good on oil, good on bread, so I need 1 box of pasta, 2 boxes of flour, and that should do me for today. Yes, excellent. Let's see, I am going to buy the baseball bat just in case. Oh, damn. Right, so there is that taken care of. Oh, right, I should check the prices. Okay, that's good. 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 And good. Excellent. All right. Sorry, I'll be nice. Do I have enough pasta? That is a good question. Um, well, honestly, I guess that depends on if cannoli stops by. But, if you're a demon, why were you talking about salt? Hmm. Salty demon, that's why. The demons don't like salt. So salty it burns. Alright, I suddenly need somebody who's better at music than me to rewrite I'm too sexy for my shirt, but, I'm too salty for my demon. Yeah, alright. I expect a full copy on my desk by tomorrow morning. It is nice to see that they adjusted some of the heights of characters, you know, to make them a little bit more different. I'm still confused by the, just frankly outrageous amount of formally dressed people that are coming in here. But, eh. And could you, one sec. Sorry about that. I've had a tickle in my throat all day, so I've been coughing a lot. I'm not sick, it's just, you know, allergies and whatnot. But could you imagine if 50-cent pieces were actually in so much circulation that registers kept drawers full of them? Hey, exact change. Thank you very much. I think when I worked retail, I saw maybe a dozen 50-cent pieces come through in the several different years that I worked off and on throughout retail. Love the 50-cent piece. Yeah, so do I. I've always been a fan of coins. Every time that somebody would come in and pay with a 50-cent piece, like I started going to work with quarters in my pocket, because if somebody came in and paid with a more uncommon currency, you know, 50-cent pieces, dollar coins, $2 bills, at least at the gas station that I worked at, you were able to, you know, as long as you paid the equivalent amount, you, I got a wholesale offer. Okay, I don't know what that means, and that noise kind of scared me. You were able to buy it. And so, you know, I acquired quite a few of those coins. You know, I think I got that, that desire to collect those from my dad. He always enjoyed collecting slightly rarer currency. So P for that. We want to buy 16 pasta. Okay, so they want to buy it in bulk, but at wholesale cost. I mean, I don't have enough stock to do it, so no. I mean, I do have enough stock, it just wasn't on the actual shelves, so... Oh, no, I did not. Wait. I literally had exactly enough stock, but yeah, I'm not selling all of my pasta off at once, at a lower price. Just saw drunks and high people when I worked in the sub shop. Yeah, well, I mean, fast food, you know? Wow. This guy bought everything. Nope, that's not what it is. There we go. Pick up 11 cans of oysters the other day for an order. I've never had an oyster. And honestly, I don't really have a desire to try them. I mean, for the most part, I don't really care for seafood that much anyway. But oysters... I think Jim Gaffigan, said it well when, you know, he's talking about oysters. You know, it's like, I found a rock with snot in it. I think I'm gonna eat it. Yeah, it's just like, no thanks. I'm good. I'm willing to try new foods. But texture and consistency are a big thing for me for food. Yeah, well, the thing about that is I'm nowhere near fucking Seattle. And I don't think I ever will be. Also, I kind of find the term good oysters to be, you know, an oxymoron. That it's like, those words don't go together. Because it doesn't exist. So, no, you can keep your snot rocks. I will live my life never knowing. A whole sandwich, huh? Wait, so you're saying somebody door dashed 11 cans of oysters? Why? Man, people are wild. Right. How to mop up this mysterious white liquid that appears on my store floor all the time. Which, you know, that's always fun. Retail. Can't wait for tomorrow. Someone's ordered 30 tacos and they went to one person. I guess I can understand. Well, tacos. I mean, unless they like cold tacos. I mean, I get wanting to have leftovers. But, I don't know. In my opinion, I thought it said that the price went up for powdered sugar. Oh well. Whoa, flour jumped in price. Awesome. $5 for flour. Let's go. I don't know. I've just never found tacos to really warm up that well. I mean, that being said, I've definitely warmed up tacos before because, you know, I've had leftover tacos. But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe, maybe they were, you know, leaving after that, or they were hosting a party, or people are just insane. It was 8:30 a.m. Maybe they were a YouTuber who specializes in doing those eating challenges. Reheated lettuce is the devil. For me, it depends. I don't know. You know, it's like I've had like you know, like reheating a Whopper or something. I don't mind it. See, probably what it is your sense of taste got destroyed by all the snot rocks in Seattle. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Bills. Forgetting bills. Alright. Seen some weird stuff while dashing. Always weird when someone orders 24 cookies from McDonald's and that's all they order. Yeah, well, I mean... Hey, if you want cookies, I guess, you know. I don't use DoorDash very often. But I have always been amused by the recommendations that the app makes to me. You know, it's like, oh hey, you just ordered, you know, a burger and a chicken sandwich from Culver's. Do you want us to stop and also pick you up some light bulbs? You know, it's just it's always fun. Welcome back, person who's apparently 6 ferrets. You know, now that I think about it, that's not enough ferrets. Yeah, that's that's definitely a combination. Uh I guess they had a fun night planned. be 12 ferrets and of 12 ferrets of 6 kobold. You want to try that again? Yeah, okay, there we go. Oh, somebody that I knew too, I watched grow up. Yeah, that could be uncomfortable. I could see that being strange. I remember back when I was still doing my original series of this on YouTube, I was talking to my friend Cannoli about it, and we started talking about some of the NPCs that would show up that just got to go out there and find some mods. So, you know, it's like, you know, you've got all these standard people, but then all of a sudden just fucking Pyramid Head shows up to buy milk. And, I want that in this game. Oh. I don't know why I find this game so relaxing, but... Rank Saint, stop eating my product and then hiding the trash around the store. Swear to God. Clearly you're not, because it keeps happening. I have a baseball bat now. The mystery of what Saint is something that scholars will debate till the end of time. Speaking of cannoli, that's his face. Look at that beautiful bearded man. You know what? That gives me a chance to see if I managed to get this all working. Let's see. Hope if I can type correctly. Let's see if this will work. Nope, it doesn't work. Awesome. All right, I'll have to figure out how to set up that bot. So yeah, since the shoutout command didn't work, I'll just, you know, say it out loud. Check out Cannoli Senpai here on Twitch. He's a good dude, and he is half the reason I started streaming. And, he gave me a lot of tips to be able to get everything set up. So yeah, go check out Cannoli. Just not right now, because he's not live. OMG Saint as rat name? Elaborate. Ratman. You speak in riddles and mysteries and references I don't understand. I do tend to scurry. Hey, we got twins showing up again. Who is Ratman? What reference am I missing? Or is this just a play on Batman? Playing Batman. Got it. All right. Got there in the end. I am the smartest person alive. You're gonna get mad at me for pasta. Oh, good. All right. Remember, you good at words. Is that... Yeah, sorry, somebody bought all the pasta. I'll get more. Eventually. I have almost $800. That is awesome news. All right. Chocolate cereal and Panzati pasta have gone up in price. Wonderful. I love being able to charge more. Oops, nope, that just removed the label. Okay, pay my bills first. Right? You just sit there for a minute. Maybe I should keep my product back here. That way Saint won't scurry in and eat it straight out of the box. Also, of all the things that you picked, flour, and then you washed it down later with a bottle of oil. I need to lay some rat traps down. You know, I bet that that'll be something that they'll eventually add to this game. You know, they're doing, they've been doing a lot of updates to make things more, realistic. Or maybe immersive would be a better word. Somebody breathed on all of my bread. Why? Generally, I generally might be the wrong word because this is only my second stream. I plan to go till about 8-ish. It's not like a definite thing. Generally, I kind of set up my schedule for, Wednesdays and Fridays to stream 5 to 8. Because, it only goes live at 8, so then I'm able to raid out to him and everything. Yin and yang, fam. Alright, let's see here. Shelves are 200. I'm gonna take a look at the license to see. So, water, cheese, coffee, eggs, milk, and black tea. Okay. Alright, so that will mean that in addition to a shelf, I will also need a fridge. Okay, can't afford that. Alright, I'll start with just getting the shelf. Let's see. No need to take the product off of the shelves. Just lift the entire thing. Because I am the strongest supermarket manager in the land. Okay. Good question. Land or world? I guess because I have no idea what kind of strange, weird place it is that I live in, I'm gonna go ahead and say both. See, doesn't my store look better now that I have another shelf that has absolutely nothing in it? I'm good at business. We're all about satisfaction here at Supermarket. Eventually, I will be able to actually pay to change the name of the supermarket. I don't think it has any actual, like, in-game effect other than, you know, the sign above the door. But we won't be Supermarket forever. Oh, yeah. All the long-legged daddies shop at my shop. I mean, it's not just a market. It's a supermarket. You are wearing too much blue. Apologize. Not enough blue. Does he need a blue top hat? If you eat my flour, I swear to God. Also, your shirt is clipping through your vest. You want blue? She doesn't want blue. Blue and yellow? No. Quality reference. We'll just put the rat traps down. Hey, best I can do is I bought a baseball bat. Oh, that's a lot of people out on the streets. You were... Okay. You two are the same person. You just took off your jacket. Wore blue pants. On to you. That's racist. Okay, listen here, Saint. I know this is you. Explain your actions. Explain them. Yes, look down in shame. Get out of my store. My purpose is to make you suffer and then make it better. Yeah. Ah. Yeah, no, that tracks. This guy does not look thrilled to exist. He also kind of looks a little bit like John Mulaney. I'm not thrilled to exist. Yeah, I feel that. I hate you. Not as much, but I still hate you. Get out of my store. See, that person bought $43 worth of stuff. Fine that she paid with a 50. Fine. Oh. Man, what's with the gangster lean you got going on there? All right. Find flour. I really did sell out of a lot of stuff today. That just means it was a good day. Who? He did eat the flour. But at the very least, didn't leave the package laying around. Now, if people just buy my products and leave, what they do with them is their own business. But you ate the package too. Hey, as long as you paid for it, that's That's, that's on you. I don't think I watched the window. Satisfying squeaky noise. Anyway, end the day. $160 in profit when I spent, or no, $32 in profit, but still. Well, you're right, that's store points. I can read. Need new glasses. But, yeah, still making a profit when, dropping as much as I did on everything else. Can charge more for bread? Happy, what? No. Yes. Like I said, I can read. I know other things changed. I don't remember what they are. I will, set all the prices when, after I've stocked up. What am I doing? Bills. There we go. Oh yeah, I forgot you can set the pricing for, everything on the computer. That's, very nice. Right. There. Another box of pasta, and I think another box of flour. But this is rather exciting. Maybe another day or two, and we'll be able to afford that next product license. It'll be fun. What? You don't, no. Alright, can this fit here? Of course it can't. Why would it be able to? It's such a silly thing to expect or hope for. It looks weird just sitting there. Let's do this. Oh, my kingdom for a snap to grid. Nope. Yeah, I'm assuming this still can't fit in the corner, can it? Nope. There's just barely not enough room. But that's fine. I can set that up. That doesn't look as bad. The a-hole who eats it in line, then pays for it with the empty package. Well, that fits you on the most inefficient of villains. Alright, so I need pasta and flour. Here, do the pricing. Good, good, not good, unfortunate. Oh, that was the wrong button. There we go. Right. I wonder if you have to reach like a certain day, or maybe your store has to become big enough before shoplifters show up. I mean, somebody trying to rob a store, like to shoplift something from a store this tiny, you'd have to be pretty stupid. The rat villain from the Great Mouse Detective. Did you deduce my identity so quickly? I've never seen that movie. The only thing that I know about that movie is that you would be surprised at the amount of movies I haven't seen. Uh, the only thing I know about that movie is that in the original releases of it, there was a single frame. Uh, at least I think maybe I'm thinking of the wrong movie. I don't know. Is that the one that like there's a scene where they're riding in like nope. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about then. Uh, I know it's a mouse movie. Uh, they're like flying on the back of a gull in a saddle made out of a sardine can. The Rescuers. Okay. Well, I haven't seen that one either. But yeah, there was just a random topless woman in one of the windows in the background in a single frame of that movie. Wild shit that they would sneak into things. But yeah, most like childhood classic movies I have not seen. Uh 90% of the original Disney library, maybe 95%, I've never seen. That just wasn't the kind of movie that I was raised on. You know, I had trying to think of like kids movies that I saw when I was younger. Um Great Mouse Detective is basically Sherlock Holmes, but as mice. Interesting. Sherlock Holmes to me seems like somebody who would eat flour straight out of the bag. Hey, I'm just stating an opinion, man. Hate you. Dude, you just heard me say that I hated her. Your head is too tall, and it's not Christmas, so don't wear that sweater. Fuck you and get out of my store. I swear to God. If you hand me $100 bill. Oh, you. Mmm. I'm okay. Thank you. You're my favorite customer. Oh, hi. Happy thoughts, yeah. Oh, that's too much. But, oh, right, I have to click here to remove it. There's bigger issues than wronging you. Her posture is going to be the death of her. As long as it doesn't happen in my store. I'm like Disney World. You cannot legally die here. So yeah, for the most part, this is the game, though. I know they've added some more stuff. You know, it's like you can make delivery runs and whatnot, and it will get more hectic as the store grows. It's a little bit of a slow grind, but I enjoy it. Yes. I'm sure a great deal of people have died at Disney, but officially, they haven't. Because they pay people off. So that way, like, they fudge time of death and whatnot. So that way, the Disney Corporation won't be held liable. Nobody dies at Disney. I mean, fair, but I think that it's still there are some cases where it's pretty obvious that it's like, no, this person is just straight up dead before any help arrived. So, you know, I don't know. Now, I don't know if anybody's ever been murdered at Disney World or Disneyland. It wouldn't surprise me if it's happened. But if it has, you didn't hear about it. Let's see, what other big corporations can I talk about that, you know, could absolutely destroy me, you know, on my second ever live stream? I think this would be a good move for my potential career. I've already slammed Nintendo and Disney. I don't know. Who else should I make mad today? Netflix? Yeah, sure, why not? Hey, Netflix. You suck. I don't know. I don't have any opinions one way or the other about Netflix. I don't really know much about them as a company. Uh Other than the fact that, you know, it's like they claim to be the greatest streaming service, and I don't know, they don't really seem to be, in my opinion. I mean, back in the day when they had more like original programming and whatnot that was actually doing well. Uh, oh, I don't know. The Canadians, is Canada a corporation now? Fox? Well, yeah, I mean, Fox has just earned my anger and hatred ever since they screwed over Firefly. Hulu is better and so is Max. Yeah, fair enough. I I don't actually watch a lot, that much TV. Most of what I do watch is Star Wars, so, I mean, even though I've already, hated on them, my preferred is Disney Plus, just because Star Wars. Syrup, my man, they've always been a corporation. Oh, well, how interesting. I know some Canadians. I will have to enlighten them to this realization that they are apparently not a country, they're just a corporation. That is a fancy suit, my guy. Just every single article of clothing being white. That is a look. Shirt, vest, tie, jacket, even the pocket square. You fucking got. Disney messed up the Star Wars lore. I'm just saying it. Yeah. I was able to come to terms with that because I'm unusual for a Star Wars fan in the fact that Star Wars has never put out a media I haven't greatly enjoyed. Uh I think my least favorite piece of Star Wars media, as far as the movies and the shows, was Solo. But I still enjoyed it. Um, so I always just kind of let the inconsistencies and the lore being messed up, kind of take a back seat because at the end of the day, for me, it was still more Star Wars. And I'm always happiest when I'm in a galaxy far, far away. But I saw an interview with Sam Witwer, who is one of the greatest people in Star Wars, in my opinion. He got his start there as Starkiller in The Force Unleashed, and more recently has become the voice for Maul throughout Clone Wars and Rebels, and in the upcoming Maul series, which I'm really excited for. And Sam Witwer is such a good Star Wars nerd. And he said that he was recording some lines for an audiobook reprising his role as Maul. And he said that he went to Dave Filoni, the guy behind Clone Wars and Rebels, and one of the bigger names in Star Wars at this moment, and said, hey, I'm doing this book, and it's, I don't know what to do because there's inconsistencies in what I'm being told to read here for this book and what we're currently doing in Clone Wars. What do you want me to do about this? I don't know how to handle this. And he said that Dave Filoni said there are supposed to be inconsistencies. And, even George Lucas backed this up, that Star Wars itself is a series of tall tales. And it's all just different stories of things that happened in a galaxy far, far away a long time ago. And so they're all stories that are being recounted to us. So since different people are telling stories, there's just going to be inconsistencies. They won't always be the same. And that logic made it to where everything and nothing in Star Wars is actually the true canon. Because they're all just stories and fables and legends being told about this distant place. And I loved that take on it. Because, I loved the Star Wars expanded universe. I was fairly disappointed when Disney made their new trilogy, and I learned that we were never going to see Jason and Jaina, Han and Leia's original children, that they had been wiped from canon. But just hearing that they're all just legends, it I don't know, it took away any of the irritation that I felt. Because, it's the same as watching anything that's just set, here on Earth. If you take every single movie and TV series and book and everything that's ever been told in Star Wars and consider it all as the complete same universe, then yeah, there's a lot of plot holes, there's a lot of inconsistencies, there are things that are wrong and things that directly conflict with one another. But the exact same thing would happen if you took every single story that had ever been told on the planet Earth. And we're just one planet. That's an entire galaxy's worth of stories. So, I don't know. That's just my take on it. And, people like to complain. I get that. And there isn't a much bigger fan base of toxic, complainy people than Star Wars fans. I'm sad to say. But, I've yet to run into the Star Wars that I didn't like. Yeah, the only thing that I could say, I guess, that is technically Star Wars media that I didn't enjoy was I did not like Star Wars Visions. But I don't consider that actual Star Wars because that was an experiment. They hired well-known anime companies and said, "Hey, make us an anime in the universe of Star Wars." And watching those kind of showed that most of those studios probably had never seen Star Wars. So it was just, they're like, okay, well, we're just gonna make anime that, supposedly looks like Star Wars, and that's about what it was. There was a scene in there where there were two people fighting with lightsabers that were about a mile long each outside in space on the deck of on the hull of a Star Destroyer. Neither one of them wearing helmets or pressure suits or anything like that. I think the droid that was there at the time had a helmet, if I remember correctly. So it's like, clearly they don't understand the source material in any way, shape, or form. So, yeah. Anyway, sorry for my super long Star Wars rant, but I'm known to do that. No apologies necessary. Some people would beg to differ. Be like, shut the hell up. Or more likely, just clicked, yeah, I'm not watching this stream anymore. You're telling me this guy actually enjoyed The Acolyte? No. And I did. Honestly, I think it was one of the best. It was very good. Didn't hear what happened? Oh, wait. Your confusion has confused me. How'd that bread go down there? Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, no, The Acolyte was good. You know, I feel like a lot of the complaints that people had about The Acolyte were, just complaints they were kind of parroting from other people, and they had never actually watched it. You know, the biggest complaint I always heard about The Acolyte was, oh my god, they destroyed the Night Sisters. They turned the Night Sisters into a coven of lesbian witches. And they didn't, because those weren't Night Sisters. It was a coven of witches, but that doesn't mean they were the Night Sisters. You know, it's like, the only mention is one person when he said, I've come across, you know, a force cult of witches. One person looked up and was like, Night Sisters? In a questioning way, and was never answered. It just... No. You know? So they didn't do anything to the Night Sisters. They just made a new group of force cultists. So, I just think that a lot of people didn't actually, watch it. They just complained. Alright, new product license. Bottled water, cheese, dark roast coffee, tea black, not black tea, tea black. But I accidentally bought 3 of those. Alright. Set this up. Eggs down on the very bottom shelf for convenience. Put the black tea here. Tea is one of those things you very rarely have to restock in this game because it doesn't sell that fast, and you can stack so much of it on a shelf. Coffee. Cheese. We'll put the cheese on the top shelf. 2 shelves for 1 box of milk. Interesting. All right, well, I guess, oh, wait. Let's do the bottled water first and see how that, oh, same thing. All right. All right, so we've just got a spare box of milk and a spare box of water. That's fine. I like having excess product, and everybody loves room temperature floor milk. Okay, let's see. Anything else that I need to stock up on? It does not look like it. All right, let's set some prices for these new products. Oh. $5.50 for tea black. Damn. $10 for coffee. I am so glad that I do not drink coffee. So, Saint, I want to let you know that I saw your comment, and I am choosing to ignore it. Yeah. All right, let's see. Check here just to make sure everything else is in good line. No! Holy crap, cereal went up. Awesome. Good. Oil went down, but that's fine. Sugar went up. All right. Excellent. Open for business with my brand new products. Sadly, a bag of Starbucks or Caribou ground coffee is like 12 to 14 bucks. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, my folks always bought the like the gigantic cans of just ground coffee. Uh, you know, and never like a fancy brand or anything. So we never really spent that terribly much money on coffee. But I know that one of those cans lasted my folks quite a while. How long does a bag of coffee generally last? Like how many pots can you make out of that? Assuming you change the grounds every time. I'm sure there are some people that reuse their coffee grinds, just to kind of get by. I am not surprised Mr. Incredibly Fancy Suit came in here and bought the tea. Going back for more tea. Oh no, he wants the coffee. He's incredibly fancy. Of course he needs all the tea. He used his French press, so generally about a week if I'm having 2 pots a day. Alright, so about 14 pots of coffee. And I mean, when you fully break it down like that, I mean, that's okay. That's $1 for an entire pot of coffee. It's obviously way fucking cheaper than, going to Starbucks every day and paying 14 bucks for a single cup. But yeah, I don't know. I think, I think the coffee that my folks bought was like maybe 10 or 12 bucks for a can. But I mean, it would last a month, maybe 2. Also, to go back to your previous comment there, Saint, and finish the second half of it, Skeleton Crew is really good. It's different. as far as Star Wars goes. But it was a lot of fun. You know, there were times when it didn't really feel like a Star Wars story. Uh, Honestly, it just kind of felt like they said, hey, what if we do Treasure Island but have aliens? And it's like, cool. It was fun. I think you'll enjoy it. Oh, have you not noticed her when she came in earlier? Yeah, half of her textures are missing. You love getting the same can of Folgers for $12, but I also drink a lot of coffee. Hey, I mean, to each their own, you know, I never acquired the taste. What? Stop. Oh, do I want to buy 24 sliced bread? No. No, I do not. I think I'm good on bread for the moment. Thank you for buying my overpriced crap. Hello! Welcome to Totally Fair Prices Are Us. Which, honestly, if my store name could be that long, I would absolutely name my store that. Hey there, man. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Welcome in. It has been a minute. I appreciate the follow. Welcome back. Fortunately, sure has, but hopefully that can change. Yeah, hey, I'm down. You know where I is. Just hit me up. And now you know where I'll be Fridays and Wednesdays. Took me a second there because I looked over at chat and I saw Cannoli, and it's, you know, one of my other friends that got me into streaming is Cannoli Senpai. So it's like, oh, Cannoli's here. And it's like, wait a second. No, that's Fatty One. No way. Oh, hope you've been keeping well, though, man. Let's see. What did you miss? Well, I continued to rant about Star Wars for a little bit. And, I got a new product license. So, selling some tea, some coffee, cheese, milk, bottled water, and eggs. So we are moving up in the world of supermarket. Oh, what can't this guy find? If you were staring at that shelf because I'm out of cheese, which is in the refrigerated section, you're an idiot. If you tell me couldn't find Comté cheese, yeah, that's... I know I don't have any more of it, but you were gazing at the shelf, not the... Alright. Love the cheese, love the tea. It is specifically tea black, not black tea, tea black. Oh, that's great. Been doing better. Hope you've been doing good too. Got to get back to work, but we'll definitely keep in touch. Sounds good. You have a good one, and thanks for stopping by. It's good to see you. Yeah, it's tea black right there. So not black tea. Cat is trying to steal my pasta. Yeah, that sounds like a cat. Nope, I think today is the first day that I actually lost money, but yeah, I had to buy that product license and whatnot. All right, milk that has been sitting on the floor for 24 hours, into the cooler you go. All right. It's just me, or does the cleaning mechanics feel straight out of Power Wash Simulator? I think Power Wash Simulator's cleaning mechanics are probably 1,000 times better than this one. Uh, Admittedly, I have not played Power Wash Simulator. The cleaning mechanics remind me of, like, House Flipper or Gas Station Simulator. Yeah, it's actually specifically crime scene. Not entirely sure about. I think the original, like, kind of pedantic job thing was Viscera Cleanup Detail, uh, which was basically you're the janitor in a first-person shooter game that has to go and clean up after, you know, the Doom Marine or whatever has gone through and slaughtered everybody, and you have to restock the med kits and throw out the bullet casings. But if there is one that's like specifically about cleaning crime scenes, that'd be kind of cool. Might have to look into that. Let's see, is there anything I am completely good on? Do not need milk, I do not need water, do not need oil. I could probably use basically everything else. Ah, mobile game, okay. Well, I might check that out at some point. I sold a lot more tea yesterday than I expected to. Wonder how many more brands in this game are, like, legitimate. Because, I mean, obviously with a lot of things, they just kind of made it up and whatnot. But people pointed out after this game came out that Chocopic is an actual cereal brand. You know, obviously different design and logo and mascot and whatnot. But, oh, God, no. He's talking about the floor milk. I guess that was probably something else you missed. Uh, yeah, I made a joke about how, build up the fridge and then I'll just store the rest of the milk here on the floor in this room temperature box because everybody loves floor milk. And he started talking about chewing it. And I yelled at him. So that's why he's bringing it up again. Yeah, Darth Jar Jar indeed. Yeah. I absolutely love that that is an official Twitch emote. It's the greatest thing ever. Also, if you want to chew milk, don't take it out of the box, just buy the cheese. There you go. There's your block of milk. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Water went down in price. Milk went down in price because nobody wants to drink milk anymore after Saint's comment. Ordered again with solid logic. Well, you know what they say. It's only logical. Pretty sure R2D2 said that at one point. Man. Making fun of Sherlock, making fun of Spock. All I need to do is insult the Doctor and I'll get the trifecta for you. Percent off on Steam also. Oh, cool. Okay, so it is on computer as well. Nice. Yeah, I'll definitely look into that then. Thanks for the heads up. Hello, welcome to Supermarket. Welcome to Supermarket. Oh, you seem really depressed to be buying that cheese. I'm sorry. You guys okay there? Whatever, I'm sure it's fine. Human beings clip into each other all the time. It's not milk, damn it. Also, am I crazy or is this Jason Statham? Just taller. Damn, big spender over here. And he didn't even pay with 100. What an amazing customer. I like this guy. You, on the other hand... At least you're old, so you'll die soon. Look so angry. Who, the old person that I hate? Yeah. Welcome back, Mr. Statham. How goes the transporting? And I haven't seen a Jason Statham movie in a minute. Welcome to Supermarket. Welcome to Supermarket. I gotta stop saying that, otherwise I'm never gonna want to change the name. Hello, did you like how I teleported? Honestly, a lot of... Oh, hello once again, missing texture person. A lot of the NPCs kind of look like if you bought celebrities off of Wish.com. I mean, here's Wish.com Katy Perry. This is a guy that just knows his character model was rushed and is really unhappy about it. Trap between Halloween Town and the normal world. Oof. Between chewing milk and bringing up that abomination of a movie, you're on thin ice there, Saint. Or somebody can try it. There. Now nobody can tell me they couldn't find pasta. Find milk. Sitting in a box on the floor over there. In Halloween Town, the old Disney Channel original movie series. Yep, nope, never heard of it. Not sure if it's a deep cut or not, or just something that I'm just unaware of. Aha, not welcome to Supermarket. Oh no, I don't have milk in a box on the floor. I guess I lied. Get out of my store. Nice and clean. Yeah, I guess I'll end the day and just stock the shelves in the morning. I'll need to buy more product anyway. That is some price fluctuation. Not many people bought bread. Right? Damn. Actually, I need to buy another box of tea. Not sure if I'm going to worry about it, though. It's not at the moment. Alright. Keep clicking on bank. How much for storage? $800 to unlock the storage. I guess we'll see what happens after I, buy product. That's the word that I am looking for. I could afford it. Screw it, let's unlock storage. Oh, it just swapped to that menu. Okay. I was confused there for a moment. Yay, storage. Alright, things just get kicked around anyway, so there's really no sense in perfectly organizing things. Eventually, I will have shelves in there. You know, I think just because, and then the cooler will be filled up, I am going to have 2 shelves of milk. Right, more eggs. These can also sit in a warm room and be totally fine. And set them down gently. There we go. All right. So damn organized. Eventually. Hopefully shoplifters can't steal from my storage, because I can't close that door. I think one of the new, well, maybe not new, I think it was a while ago, but, I think you can hire, security at some point. But I am looking forward to trying out my baseball bat. For a second there, I thought that said since 1665, and it's like, wow, you've been making powdered sugar that long, have you? I don't know when powdered sugar was invented. I guess 1865 even seems, kind of a long time ago for powdered sugar. But I don't know. Some things are a lot older than you think they are. I mean, A1 steak sauce was founded during the Civil War. Ah, got something in my eye. Apologize, I'm still here. Oh, no problem. Don't always have to be typing in chat if you're here. I have absolutely no problem with people lurking. As a professional stream lurker myself, uh, I will never call out anybody for lurking. Again, you know, the first live stream that I ever joined was Cannolis, and because I came across a video of his on TikTok, actually about specifically about calling out lurkers and about how it's kind of a shitty practice for people to do. You know, because it's like, yeah, I can see how many people are currently viewing the stream. I'm pretty sure that there's even a way that I can go in and see specifically who is viewing the stream. And some people will call that out on people and be like, "Hey, so and so, I see you've been here for a while. Why aren't you saying anything?" And it's like, it's a dick move. You know, it's like some people just want to watch and, you know, either just aren't social people or they're new to a community and they don't want to, you know, they don't want to engage just yet. You know, and that is absolutely fine. You know, so yeah, never apologize for, you know, not talking in the chat. You know, I'm just grateful that you're here. And again, back on like celebrities from wish.com, this could pass as like Scarlett Johansson, but just obviously not. New definitely to watching live streams. I think I've been a part of the Twitch community for a little over, how long has it been? About a year and a half, I think. I think it was, yeah, it was January of 2024 was the first time that I ever watched a live stream. But yeah, because there's like, you know, there's the commands that you can set up and everything. You know, I tried earlier to do a shout out command to link Cannoli's channel, but obviously I don't have it working correctly, so I'll need to figure that out. But one that is, I think, universal unless you decide to opt out of it, is !lurk, which is to be like, hey, I'm here, but I'm lurking. And it's like, you can use that if you want, but some streamers get mad at lurkers who don't. And it's just like, I get that you want to have people talking in your chat, you know, because it makes, you know, can make it feel like you have more going on than, you know, if people aren't. But either way, you still have the same amount of people viewing. So what does it matter? You know? I don't know, some people just have weird mentalities. And it's like, you know, you decide that you like a creator, you know, maybe eventually you'll start chatting, you know, but maybe you never will, because that's just not the type of person you are. And that is fine. You know, it's up to however they want to do things. But to be a streamer and then call people out like that, especially the ones that will call them out by name, it's like, it's such a crappy practice. You know, and at its core, it's something that's just like very egotistical, in my opinion. You know, because folks will, you know, they'll just think it's like, well, you're here and you're watching me, so why aren't you trying to talk to me? You know, and it's like, maybe they just don't want to. You know? Oh, well, I appreciate that. I do my best. You know, I mean, I'm still learning, and again, you know, this is only my second time live streaming. Uh, you know, and it's a lot different than when I was recording for YouTube. Um, but I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun, you know, and it's cool to be able to have chat to interact with. But so yeah, I truly appreciate everybody that's here, whether you're chatting or not. You know, and whether you stay for the whole thing or you even just popped in for 5 minutes, it's like, I still appreciate it. You know, my viewer count has been going up and down throughout the stream, and I'm fine with that. You know, I'm just more surprised about the amount of people that have shown up. You know, and it's really, I'm humbled to see it, you know? Yeah, well, you know, I don't know. It wasn't something I ever really thought I'd be able to do, you know, and that's why I really am grateful to two streamers in particular who have become two of my best friends I've ever had. You know, it's Cannoli Senpai and Elvish Laddie. Both of them are amazing streamers and just such great people. And just, you know, I've always been an introverted person. You know, I very rarely talk to folks, but having those Twitch communities, it allowed me to have a place where I felt like I could interact, yet not feel trapped in an interaction, if that makes sense. Uh, and it's done wonders for my confidence, you know? I mean, even just a year back, I would have never thought I would be in a position where I would be comfortable to do anything revolving around a live stream. You know, I've always been shy and anxious of people, and you know, I was lucky on YouTube that I only ever got one negative comment. Uh, and it was like the tamest negative comment you could possibly get on YouTube, because people on YouTube can just be fucking brutal. Uh, all they said was unsubscribed, and it's like, okay, sure. You know, my thought was always, it's like, I can do YouTube because I can, yeah, people might say mean things to me, but they can't say mean things to me in real time. That has changed now. You know, now I have to be live and experience people talking about, you know, chewing milk and, you know. But no, I will be eternally grateful to Cannoli and Elvish and the members of their community for just being welcoming and giving me a place where I felt like I could, you know, kind of learn who I am as a person. And they have inspired me to want to be able to do that for other people as well. You know, I want to be able to have a community where people can feel comfortable and just escape from the realities of the world for a while. You know, and I don't, I have no illusions of it's like, oh man, I'm gonna be the greatest streamer of all time and I'm gonna get rich and oh my god, everybody's gonna know me. I don't want that, you know? It's like I would never want, high levels of recognition because I'd still like to be able to, go to a gas station without getting harassed. And with a lot of those bigger streamers and everything, the people who everybody knows, like, I know they're YouTubers, but, they're the names that come to mind, people like PewDiePie and Markiplier. It's like, I doubt that they can go out and not get recognized by at least one person. And I don't know, that would be too much for me, I never want to be there. But if I can create community and help even just one person, then I will consider my streaming career a success. Sorry for the kind of existential tangent I just went on there. So instead, let's increase the price of flour. Let's see, is there anything that I do not need? I do not need bread. I do not need bottled water. Okay. Otherwise, I will just start with one of each and see where we sit at. How much are storage racks? $200, that's not bad. Oh yeah, produce stalls and scales. I forgot that they added that. Oh god. It caught me off guard. Whoa. Hey there. What I'm gonna need you to be a little bit more specific. Otherwise I might not let you back in my store. No, I think we need to ask that question. What cheeks are you packing with the flour you buy from Supermarket there, Saint? That is not an answer to my question. Yeah. Well, like I said, what people do with my product after they buy them, I guess that's their own decision. Yeah, flour, odd choice. I mean, is it just as good as like talcum powder? Because I mean, I could save some money, I guess, because I'm assuming talcum powder is probably a bit more expensive than just a bag of flour. Sees a customer trailing a line of flour out of their pants legs. I gotta tell you, man, shoving flour up your ass, that's not how you get cake, my guy. Sorry to say, but I think somebody has bamboozled you. Alright, let's see here. Let's see, coffee. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to that. And one more coffee. Just whatever floats your boat. Yep. Unless you were deciding to, you know, pump helium into barnyard animals, because then that's just whatever floats your goat. I do not apologize. Be a villain if I didn't choose the chaos. Huzzah for slight organization. Nice. I suppose I could afford to buy another shelf right now and have... Yeah, screw it, let's do it. I prefer the small racks, because the tall racks have one additional spot on top, but it's kind of a pain in the ass to reach it. Like, you have to jump, and so it's like, no, I'll just... I don't know, you know... Oh yeah, they're real good. Yeah, I know it's not a common thing said by men, but I prefer a smaller rack. All right, open for business. I have $36. Oh, holy crap, it is almost... See, that's what I mean about this game. It's almost 8 o'clock. Which means it is almost time for the stream to be over. And if you would have asked me, it's like, hey, without looking at the clock or your stream timer, how long have you been live? I'd have said, like, I don't know, 40, 45 minutes, maybe? You know, not 2 hours and 45 minutes. It's just this game, man. It just... The only downside of this game for me is that you can't have more than one save file. And so if I want this to be a legit, like a continuous stream thing, I can't play it off stream. Oh yeah, you know, I probably will, you know, I'm having a good time. And, you know, I don't have, like, a strict cutoff. You know, I don't know, you know, just gonna have fun with it. You know, I don't really have anything else going on. Let's hit the wrong button. You know, I usually just, I planned the end time for around 8-ish, because that's when Cannoli goes live, and then I can raid him. But he streams for like 6 hours, so there's plenty of time. Oh. My desk started vibrating, and I was very confused. And then I looked down, and there's a cat on the the shelf that's underneath it. She was shaking her head and itching her ear. Also, just to explain a little bit, you know, I know, Lady K, you said you're fairly new to the Twitch scene and whatnot. But for anybody else who might be here that doesn't know what I'm referring to when I say raiding, uh, raiding is a thing that you can do on Twitch. That when you're ending your stream, you can choose to raid somebody, and basically it will then transfer you and everybody in your chat to the other person's stream. So it's a way of helping support fellow content creators. Um, you know, especially like with the bigger ones and whatnot that, you know, might have 1,000 people in chat at the end of their stream, they can suddenly send 1,000 people into somebody else's stream. Right, you paid with a card, not cash. Thank you. Yeah, you know, I mean, I don't want to be, like, overly, like, oh, God, I hate you so much. Anyway, you know, I mean, I know there are a lot of things that are considered common knowledge when it comes to Twitch, but it's only common knowledge if you've been around Twitch for a while. You know, there are still things, there are still things that, you know, I'll hear sometimes and be like, that's a common Twitch term. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what that means. Uh, you know, and so I've had to ask or look things up before, because generally people won't be like, you know, well, I'm going to explain what this common term means. But I know there's at least one person here who probably didn't know what it meant, so I was going to explain it. Ah, yes, Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus too. I heard that was coming out. Elvish has been pretty excited about that. Haven't streamed in a long time, and the person I watch streams on Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Fair enough. I didn't know that you had streamed. Well, definitely let me know if it's ever something that you plan on picking up again. Oh my god, that made me full belly laugh. Thank you for that. Have you never heard that before? Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus? Because I can tell you that's definitely not something I came up with. I think Cannoli was the first person I heard say that, but I think it's a somewhat common way to refer to Death Stranding. As I do, it's usually Fallout 4 or Skyrim. Solid choices. You normally play vanilla, or you mess around with some of the mods? Tend to not follow the storylines and wander off. Well, I mean, that's just playing a Bethesda game. I think it's the law. You know, it's like, what do you mean I need to go and save my son? Nah, man, I need to find ceiling fans because those have screws in them, and I need screws. got some mods on Skyrim just to add some new stuff to it. Hell yeah. That, in my opinion, is the best use of mods. I mean, you know, it's like I won't judge anybody how they play a game, especially if it's a single player game. You know, it's like if you want to, you know, bring in a bunch of cheat things and like God mode and whatnot, go for it. But, you know, I play with mods on Skyrim. And, you know, I enjoy, yeah, just like you said, just bringing in new stuff, you know. I mean, I've always been a collector at heart. Uh, that's actually one of the streams I plan to do because I want to show off the mod. Because I have somewhere over 400 mods currently installed for Skyrim. And almost all of them, with the exception of maybe 20, all interact with the exact same mod. And I feel like this mod was made specifically for me and my desire to collect everything. It's called Legacy of the Dragonborn, and it is a gigantic museum in Solitude that you become the curator of. And it's not the big boob mod, right? No, I told you I like a small rack. You know, so having this museum, it has a display spot specifically for basically every single vanilla, like, game item. And then it has a bunch of compatibility to add new displays for mods. And it's just amazingly done. They have custom quests for it that are wonderfully voice acted and very immersive and lore friendly, and it's fantastic. And they're constantly updating it for, you know, to make the museum function better, to have more compatibility with other mods that people want to use. And then there's a separate mod made by a different team called the Hall of the Forgotten. Now, the Legacy of the Dragonborn team doesn't much care for the Hall of the Forgotten. They call it the Hall of Rejects because it is the one that handles all the mods. Like, it's not officially endorsed or supported by the Legacy of the Dragonborn team. But they also haven't, like, issued a cease or desist or anything. They're fine with it existing. They're just tired of people asking them for help with those mods. But it's, the mods that they want displays for, they want to be immersive and lore-friendly. The Hall of the Forgotten is for all the ones that are not lore-friendly. I think the main one is there's one called Relics of Hyrule, which brings in like over 800 different items from the Legend of Zelda series. But yeah, you know, it's like I'm a collector, and every time I ever had a unique item in the game, I would put it in a storage chest in my house. And that was what I did. And now you're telling me I have a place where I can display all of it? It's like, yeah, that mod was made for me. You know? The stars aligned and it was created. So I would like to do a stream at some point to show off the museum and really just to kind of plug and endorse that mod, to be honest. Because it's fantastic. Okay, let's see. Cereal, the only thing I don't need at least one box of? I believe so. See, and I'm just here sneaking around doing the Dark Brotherhood. And, you know, that's, you know, one of the things that I've got downloaded for, Legacy of the Dragonborn. is a large expansion to the Dark Brotherhood and how it functions, adding extra contracts and repercussions throughout the land based on some of the things that you may or may not have done during it. I think it's called Your Choices Matter. And I mean, don't get me wrong, doing modding has caused me a large amount of headache because as much as I've always enjoyed gaming, sir, do not walk through my product. I am not good with computers. You know, I think everybody probably has one thing in the world that they just have basically a blind spot to, and no matter how hard they try, they cannot learn. So for most people, it's things like, quantum physics, or algebra, you know. but but for me, I cannot comprehend computers. It's like it's a miracle that, oh well, yeah, that too. Uh it's a miracle I'm able to actually have this live stream up and going. And that is because Cannoli sent me a very, very, very detailed message and tutorial. He included pictures and all kinds of things in it to, you know, show me exactly what I needed to do step by step by step. So there have definitely been times when I'm like, I've done everything that I am supposed to do with this mod, yet for some reason it isn't working. Why? Why is this going wrong? Why is my computer on fire? So yeah, long rant, long. I enjoy Skyrim. It's a good game. Let's see. Flour, coffee, cheese. Let's see. Management, growth. Yeah, sure, I can afford it. Let's do that. So now my store has gotten bigger. Excellent. Tried the Dead Island games. I have. I played, I've completely played through, Dead Island 1, and, I played a good share of Dead Island Riptide, I think it was called. I mean, I used to just call it Dead Island 2, because that was technically what it was, but then an actual Dead Island 2 came out. And I have not played that one yet. It's on my radar, and one that I plan to play eventually. Honestly, it's been a while since I played a zombie game of any kind. I really need a good zombie game to come out. And again, we're getting, eventually, I guess, State of Decay 3, so that's pretty cool. Have a spot for cheese yet? Does not look like it. Cheese can go there. Very enjoyable. Think you like it. Play Dead Island 2 with my sister. It's fun. Sounds good. I mean, any multiplayer zombie killing is just always a good time. Oh god, did I check the prices? Probably not. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, yes, I guess I must have checked the prices. Excellent. I forgot that they were remastering that game. And, I don't know. I think I've played that game. I own it. I enjoy that game. Days Gone was a good game. And also Sam Witwer. So, of course I was going to get it. I think it was way too soon to remaster it. Um, because that game still looks good. So I guess they would have to make some fairly drastic upgrades and enhancements to it for me to justify spending any amount of money on it. We're getting a lot of remasters in the last few years of games that do not need to be remastered. But the companies were just kind of like, well, this was a very popular game and we like money. Um, you know, Days Gone remastered, Horizon remastered, I think. I don't know if they've done both of them yet or not. I hear that, unless it's already out for all I know, I don't know, that they're already remastering Last of Us Part 2. And it's like these are games that have not, in the grand scheme of things, been out that long. That I just don't think they need a remaster. So I don't know. Will I play more Days Gone? Absolutely. But I don't know if I will play the remaster. I'll have to see how it looks. Yeah, Lies of Us. I had Lies of P on the brain because that's the greatest game ever made. I did finally make that full decision after playing the recent DLC. Because my favorite game used to be Bloodborne. And Bloodborne is amazing. I love that game so much. But after playing the DLC for Lies of P, I came to the realization that the only reason I like Bloodborne more than Lies of P, even just at its base game, was because I played Bloodborne first. There was nostalgia added to my considerations. And so when I removed that, I realized I do have more fun and I enjoy the story and the gameplay of Lies of P more. It's very, very close. It's like 50.1 versus, 49.99. But Lies of P did win out to officially be my personal best game ever made. Zombie quarantine game that's coming out. I think the demo is out now. I've seen some clips of that, and yeah, that looks very interesting. It's because it's one of those things. Kind of like this. That it's granted it's set in a zombie apocalypse, which is their unique take on it. But I think Papers, Please was the one that really kicked off the genre of what if we can somehow take a mundane, boring type job, like checking documents at a border, and make it into an amazing game. And I'm so grateful for games like that exist. And I feel like that those type of things don't get the recognition that they would have in the past. Because a game like Papers, Please, in my opinion, it made such a change to the gaming genre. It inspired so many others and created so many new things that it should be put into the same type of category as games like the original Half-Life and the original Doom. You know, games that fundamentally changed things. You know, Doom is the reason we have first-person shooters. And Half-Life is, you know, they created the physics engine. And don't get me wrong, I mean, nobody's like saying it's like, oh yeah, Papers, Please, whatever. But it should be recognized as one of those genre-defining things. Because just look at everything that's happened since. Because they were the ones that kind of, you know, took the chance, or at least they were the ones that took the chance and really fully succeeded on let's take something boring and mundane and tell a great story with it. You know, because I mean, like Viscera Cleanup Detail, to my knowledge, came out before Papers, Please, and so, you know, that was obviously one of the first, you know, job simulator things that wasn't just like The Sims. But I think because of its goofy nature, it's why it didn't revolutionize the things the way the Papers, Please did. So again, went on a bit of a rant about that, but yes, I have seen things about that zombie quarantine checkpoint game. Do not know its name, but it looks very interesting, and it's definitely something that I will check out at some point. Oh, it's 9 o'clock. I should close the store. I need to buy more lights. And find a bottle of water. All right. Rants are fun. You're good. Depends on the rant. Find coffee, dark roast. All right. Yeah, I've definitely starting to get those quarantine shelves going on. Now I have 2 windows to wash. Or is it all considered one? It's all considered one. All right. Eventually, as the store gets bigger, I'll get more windows. But all right. I don't expect to have made a profit that I did. I'm surprised. Kind of figured between buying product and expanding the store that I wouldn't have made a profit yesterday. Neat. While I watch A Quiet Place. I know I've heard of it, but that's as far as it goes. I've heard the title, but nothing else. I don't know what that is in any way, shape, or form. I couldn't say if it was a TV show, movie, live action, audiobook. I just know I've heard the name. Apocalyptic movie where the monster in it has no eyes and they track you by sound. Interesting. All right. I appreciate you trying to enlighten me there, Saint. But just the single word, I couldn't help but hear it in caveman voice. So it's just movie. I almost slipped up there. I almost used your real fake name. Guess I didn't need eggs. These stick with shit eggs. There we go. There it is. I knew I got 2 lights. Lights are very close together. Why won't it show me the squares for those lights? Sorry, I can be a little bit OCD about my lighting situation. Again, my kingdom for snap to grid. Eggs equal converted crunch. Covered crunchies. Are you saying you eat eggs raw, shell and all? Is that what I'm getting from that? Fable reference. Oh, the crunchy chicks. Got it. You know, I don't know. I've never really studied the behavioral patterns of rats. I guess from my limited knowledge, I guess train a bunch of turtles. I like turtles. I like this new persona I'm taking on. Oh, water doesn't go there. So I should get one more milk, pasta, cereal, coffee. I have breadstick down there. Milk, pasta, cereal, coffee. Right, cereal? Yes. Cereal, pasta, milk. I can start the day with completely stocked shelves and a decent uh back stock. Oh, I need cheese as well. That's okay. I love paying more for shipping. There we go. Okay. Pay the bills. Oh, I did not pay the bills yesterday. And check the prices. Right. A new day at Supermarket. I said, a new day at Supermarket. What the hell, people? Hello, welcome to Supermarket. Yes. I need a wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube, man. No, never. Yeah, Saint, you're not allowed in my store anymore. And I need to play some more Night Rain. Wasn't entirely sure about that game when it was first announced, but man, it's a good time. I also did not expect Iron Eye to be the one that I would main. Are you... What? If I had the patience, I would pay him back in pennies. I'm guessing that crying face is because your potato computer can't run the game. He's definitely not allowed in the store since he's admitted to defecating in corners and being proud of it. Came back in rat turds. I don't like when that happens. It's so loud. We sell 2 boxes of flour. Do you want to buy? Fine. Don't worry about it, Saint. I'm sure that you can just, you can ask the doctor to borrow his computer. Oh, wait, his technology is even crappier than yours. Never mind. Haha, got it in there. Hello, missing texture person. I was wondering what the reaction was going to be, but I assumed you were just trying to figure out how to punch me through the internet. A little slow there, huh? Well, it's the journey that matters, not the destination. Well, yeah, I plead the fifth. Hi, hi, hi. Right. What? No. There we go. Oh yeah, I suppose I should bring in my flour. Get out of my store! Anybody else gonna try and come in? Huh? That's what I thought. Give me 1 second here, chat. All right. Oh, yeah. Like my bat? Yeah. It's been a long time since anyone's complimented my bat. All right. Lights. And let's stock some shelves, shall we? Lucille's sister. I mean, I do legitimately own Lucille, so yeah, you know, I mean, if I would God, I kind of have to look and see if there might be a mod to actually make the baseball bat in this game Lucille. That would be fantastic. Well, you know, a lesson needed to be taught. No, I'd never leave Lucille dirty. All right. Don't need water or eggs, flour. Water, eggs, and flour are the only things I do not need. No, I don't really need tea, but oh, that's also 3 more lights. Seem to get slightly dark in here. Apparently, I can only buy the crappiest lights in existence. Wonder if that's something they'll have changed, because you can get signs to like hang up above your aisles. Just for like aesthetic purposes, but to be like, oh, here's the produce section or whatever, for when you become a much bigger store. But you couldn't hang the sign in the same spot as like the lights, like that whole square around where the light is, that entire grid, you can't hang a sign anywhere in that. And I really hope they changed that, because then you kind of had to choose between, do I want the realisms of having my aisles marked, or do I want my store uh like lit? Um yeah. You're lucky I don't know how to ban people. Off center to the left. Shh. And I do actually know how to ban people. So, you know. There's a very convenient button right next to everybody's name. All right, looks like I might need to buy a little bit more product just to have everything completely stocked. So I need some more bread. I need more pasta. I need more powdered sugar. Bread, pasta, sugar. All right. Let's do that. Bread, pasta, sugar. Purchase. Excellent. All right, so I'll have a fully stocked store, some back stock, and I still have over $500. Excellent. We're getting there, chat. I had pasta. Oh well. Now I have more pasta. Would you say red pasta sugar? I think that's what pink salt is. Pasta for dinner. What kind of pasta? What I should do? I should save. That would be a good thing to do. Spaghetti, nice. Okay. Well, uh, I think that this is probably where I'm going to end it for today. Uh, this was a lot of fun, and thank you to everybody who popped into chat and said hi. Thank you to everybody who was here just lurking. I appreciate each and every one of you. Uh, again, this is only my second stream, so it's going well, and I'm very grateful for that. So, what I'm gonna do here, if I can remember how. All right, that's how I do it. Is I am going to I'm going to send you all over to uh, my good friend, Cannoli Senpai. He is currently playing some Magic the Gathering. And yeah, he's a good dude. So hopefully you'll stick around, check him out a little bit. But again, thank you all for being there. But this is where we will drop anchor for today. So thank you for joining me aboard the Nightingale. And I will see you all next time as we continue to sail the Sea of Games. Until then, keep the wind at your backs and your eyes on the horizon. And fare you well, me hearties.